to identify yourself. All right, let's get started. Mr. Rudy Moreno.
Good morning, Your Honor. I got number 5 on your docket.
All right, court's going to call number 5, CR 22-00036H, State of Texas versus Alejandro Bueno Jr. Mr. Bueno has 29 missed tests and 8 late tests. Is Mr. Alejandro Bueno Jr. present?
Right here.
All right, Mr. Bueno, you have a mobile device and you have, based on my report, you are showing 29 missed tests, 8 late tests. Are you aware of how I treat missed tests?
No, sir.
I treat missed tests as positive tests. That tells me you have 29 positive tests and 8 late. That makes sense, right? If you don't test, I'm only going to assume that you're positive, right? That's fair.
Yes.
Okay, so I haven't given you a verbal admonishment. I'm giving it to you now. Please make sure that this doesn't continue, or at the next time that this happens, we will have to take some sort of administrative action. You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Now, what does this verbal test also mean? For everybody who's listening, all right? I have started a new policy that allows that I grant or I will waive fine and court costs upon final disposition of your case. So if you're granted pretrial diversion, if you ultimately end up pleading your case out, I will waive your fine and court costs if there are no violations and I have not given you a verbal admonishment. Now, why do I do that? I do that in an effort to try to offset the cost of the mobile device for all of you. Now, if I give you a verbal admonishment, which I'm doing here today, then you no longer qualify for waiver of fines and court costs. So for everybody, so that everybody understands, what does that mean? That means that you're saving about $750 off of fines and court costs if you just comply with the mobile device, and that helps to offset the cost of having that mobile device. Okay, so unfortunately, Mr. Bueno, you no longer qualify for that, but I'm not going to take any more action today for the 29 missed tests and the 8 late tests, other than giving you a verbal admonishment here today and telling you that we are watching, we are looking, and if this happens again, then we will have to take some sort of action, which could include weekend confinement, alternative to incarceration program, donations to a charitable organization, things of that sort. Okay. Mr. Moreno, do you have any other announcement? I've given the verbal, we've given kind of the lowdown to everybody. Anything else, Mr. Rudy?
Your Honor, just asked for a new court date. He's getting some documents together to apply for the PT program, Judge.
Okay. Again, Mr. Bueno, please make sure that you don't have any more violations. The date I'm going to give you is May 17th. All right, so May 17th, 2022 at 9:30.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. Have excuse.
You and Mr. Bueno are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you. Andre, what do you have? You have Anne-Marie Burton, CR 21-00514H. Defendant to have completed drug education course by today.
Good morning, Judge. Omar Maldonado on behalf of Ms. Burton. Yes, Judge, I have spoken to the state. The state was going to, I know the court gave us a deadline of today. The state gave us a deadline of the 30th. I got in contact with Ms. Burton yesterday. She said to me that she's almost done with the, well, I'll let her elaborate, Judge. She has her finger up.
Yes, yesterday when I went, it was during my lunch break, so they weren't taking any more people because it stopped at 4. So I was going to go this morning, but I have court. So I'm going to go from 1 to 4 today. I'm off. I have already everything set up for that. And I just got the form also for the drug education courses because I needed to show proof at my job. That way they can switch my schedule, but they needed proof. So I got that today, and that way they can schedule my work schedule earlier next week, for I can do them in the evenings.
Okay. So
on Zoom.
So if I give you a middle of May reset date, you should have everything completed by then?
I should have everything completed by the end of this month because I'm doing these classes next week. The drug test is no problem for me. I got today off, so that's what I'm gonna do, because they only do it from 8 to 12, 8 to 11 and 1 to 4. So
Right.
that's what I'm doing today.
Let me go ahead and give you the reset date of May the 12th at 9:30 in the morning.
Thanks.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, you and Ms. Burton are excused, May 12th, 9:30.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mesa, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I should have number one, Your Honor, Pedro Ibarra Perez Jr. He should have two cases, Your Honor.
Pedro Ibarra, number one.
Pero, that's what it shows on our docket, but I have CR-14-1232-H and CR-14-1233-H. For 2014 cases,
Number 36 and 37. CR 14-1232H and CR 14-1233H, Pedro Ibarra Perez Jr. Last activity on this case was 11/22 of 2014. This case has been pending for 3,000 days.
Your Honor, based on what I have in our notes, I tried the numbers that we have in our initial intake sheet. No response. I couldn't leave a voicemail. And I think the last letter, or I know the last letter that was sent out was back on May 1st of 2014 for an arraignment. So at this point in time, I mean, we can't get a hold of Mr. Perez, Your Honor.
Let me do this. Let me put us in a breakout room with our prosecutor. Let me talk about this one real quick. Mr. Yuri Heller, Mr. Mesa, this will take just a couple seconds. I'm gonna open up the room. Please join. I'll join you guys there. Okay, Mr. Mesa, you also have number 16 through 18, Noemi Gonzalez.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's CR 19-08-672H, CR 19-08-673H, CR 19-08-674H, Noemi Gonzalez. This is one of those cases where last activity was back November 30th of 2020. Have you had any contact with Noemi Gonzalez? Is Noemi Gonzalez present? I see her there.
She's on, Your Honor, I saw her. She's on the screen. She is present. It looks like she has a pending felony that Ted Lopez has been appointed on. I spoke to Ted yesterday, and they are set for, it looks like it's a suppression out of the 430th on the felony case on the 25th of April. And these cases should be related to that one. So, I mean, I would ask just for a little bit of time on that and see if he can work something out on the felony case, Your Honor.
Can I give you May 17th? At 9:30?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, May 17th, 9:30, Ms. Gonzalez, stay in contact with Mr. Mesa.
And then there
Yes,
is
Your Honor.
All right, you're excused, Ms. Gonzalez.
One-
29,
one more, Judge, Sebastian Martinez.
CR 21-08-393H, Sebastian Martinez.
Your Honor, on this one, Mr. Martinez, I saw him also on. There is, I came on board, so I don't have discovery on this. I'm sure it might have been already sent. But there is a felony that's pending. It looks like it's out of the same transaction. It's a state jail felony that he has. And so I just asked for a little bit of time on that one. I don't know how long it's going to take for that felony to get filed, but it's a state jail felony that I'm showing. And I did speak with him yesterday.
Okay, let me give you that same May 17th, if that's okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, May 17th, 2022, at 9:30.
And that is it, Judge. That's all I have this morning before this honorable court. Your Honor, may I be excused?
You're excused, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Billy Chapa.
Good morning, Judge. I have two cases. The first is number 31.
Number 31 is CR 19-03050H. Christina Montes.
She's present on the screen, Judge.
I do see her there. Ms. Montes, good morning.
Good morning.
Your announcement on this one, Mr. Chapa.
This is an older case, Judge. This is a misdemeanor that it had two felonies that were tied to it out of the same transaction, which were this back in late 2019. It was our understanding this misdemeanor was supposed to be dismissed along with those. I've conferred with the state on that. I think we're going to try and figure out a resolution to this case, Judge.
Okay, can I give you about a month to try to figure that out?
That should work, Judge.
Let's do May 19th. 9:30, okay?
Yes, Judge.
May 19th at 9:30. We'll see each other there. Ms. Montes, stay in contact with Mr. Chapa. We'll see each other on May 19th. And May 19th will still be via Zoom, okay?
Okay.
Yes,
thank you.
Judge.
Perfect. All right, thank you.
I also have number 55, Your Honor.
That is CR 21-09-167H, Brian Andrew Sustaita.
Judge, on this one, PTD was submitted back on February 14th. We're a little over 60 days and I'm just waiting for a response from the state, Judge.
Let me go ahead and give you a reset date of May 19th. 9:30, see where we're at with Brian Andrew Sustaita.
Yes, Judge.
Sorry, I just got in the call right now.
Yes, sir, Mr. Sustaita, this is a case that the court has asked, or your attorney has asked for additional time, and the court's granted that time. Stay in contact with Mr. Chapa. The reset date is May 19th at 9:30 via Zoom, okay?
Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. You're excused, Mr. Sustaita.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
You're excused, Mr. Chapa. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Alamia, who do you have?
For 35,
Number 35, yes, sir. CR 14-4879H, Gilberto Garcia Perales.
that's a 2014 case, Your Honor. We're asking the wait to be dismissed.
Yeah, this is a case where the arrest date was back in 2013, and we're now at the point where we're going back and looking at old cases to make sure that if they fell off our docket, we're putting them back on and trying to identify it. Yuri, is this a case, or can you please look into this one as well? It's a 2013 arrest from December 16th of 2013. We're coming up on 9 years. You're on mute, by the way.
I'll put it on the list.
All right, this will be a reset date for next Thursday, the 28th of April at 9:30. All right, no other action will be taken at this time, Mr. Alamia. We'll see where we're at next Thursday, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Ballesteros, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. We have number 64 on your docket, Dominic Villarreal.
Number 64, CR 2106 485H, Dominic Villarreal. This is a competency evaluation for Mr. Villarreal.
Judge, actually, you had previously adopted the district court's findings. Mr. Villarreal is currently pending a bed to get treatment. We have followed up with the felony court, but as of now, they still don't have a bed available for him.
Okay, so we're still kind of in the waiting period here for him.
Correct, Judge. So if we can get a long reset date on your case, and then as soon as we get a bed on the felony case, I'll inform your court.
Let me go ahead and give you an August date, if that's okay.
That works, Judge.
No, Monday, Wednesday. August 15th.
August 15th.
August
Thank you,
15th.
Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, at 9:30, although that might, we'll reach out to you, but it'll be August 15th at 9:30 for now.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great morning.
You too. All right, Ms. Martinez, who do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 65 on the court's docket. Abraham Ibanez.
That's CR 2202-506H, Abraham Isidro Ibanez.
At our last setting, Your Honor, my client was released out on bond. He was notified of this new court date. I have tried to contact him and provide the Zoom information. He has had no contact with my office.
All right, what says the state?
State request has been asked to be granted to keep issued in bonds for the state of Texas.
Judgment nice, I will be granted. Capious issue bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Abraham Ibanez for his failure to appear. If you make contact with him, Ms. Martinez, please bring him in. For the time being, we're available Tuesday, Thursday until we move into the new courthouse. Then our dates will go back to the original dates and we'll be in contact with that, but we're still working through that and how we're gonna go back to what we used to do, which was Monday, Wednesdays for criminal docket. But for now, Tuesday, Thursday.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. That's all I have. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ramos.
Good morning, Judge. Number 56, Merrick Toll.
All right, number 56, CR 2107 285H, Merrick Johnson Toll. I have a note here that says, ask Victoria on a bond modification.
Yes, good morning, Judge. For Mr. Toll, the March report from Safety Check indicated 12 late tests, 8 missed, and there were 6 positive tests. Those positives were all on March 2nd. It started with a 0.07 at 10:02 p.m. and he kept testing until about 10:38 p.m. and it was a 0.02. But I did receive an email from Safety Check indicating that the samples submitted are consistent with alcohol consumption.
Okay, but so really it's one incident, right? There may be 6 positive, but it's not 6 different days. It's one incident, correct?
On
One day.
one.
Okay,
Yes,
so I'm just going to treat that as one. I'm just going to put here as one. I appreciate that information because it's good to know. 1 positive, 12 late, 8 missed.
Excuse me, if I can say something.
Okay, Mr. Ramos.
Hang on a second, Mr. Toll. Let the judge finish his admonishments, and then we'll.
Okay, so what I can do, Mr. Ramos, is I can put you in a breakout room with Mr. Johnson, so you all can maybe discuss this and talk about it, and then you can come back and we can take it up again if that's something that you think would be.
I would like to do that, Judge. However, I'd like to also know what I guess what Ms. Rodriguez, what modification of the bond is being proposed, or what so I can discuss that issue with him.
Well, have we given him a verbal admonishment already?
I don't think so.
Not-
Okay, so we can just take care of this with a quick verbal admonishment. You know, as I mentioned before, Mr. Toll, this is a situation where first time verbal admonishment, what it means is exactly what it says it means. It's just a verbal admonishment. No other action will be taken. However, once I jot down that verbal admonishment, it does remove you from the possibility of having waivers of fines and court costs associated with final disposition of your case, if there in fact is one. Sometimes the state will just outright dismiss it, in which case there's no fines and court costs. But if there is a final disposition that requires fines and court costs, pretrial diversion, a plea of guilty, a jury finds you guilty, then in that situation, you will no longer be eligible for a waiver of fines and court costs. I can have you visit with Mr. Ramos so y'all can discuss that before I give that verbal admonishment, because it could be that the device was faulty, the device, all those things are possible. And if you guys want to talk about it, not a problem. I can
Yeah, Judge,
definitely.
okay, in that case, let me go ahead and discuss that issue with him. I wasn't considering the issue of waiving the fine and court costs like Your Honor mentioned. So please, Your Honor, I'd like the opportunity to talk to him for a second.
All right, let me go ahead and put you in a breakout room.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, I see that you're here in person. We definitely want to take care of some of you that are here in person. What number do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have number 4 in your docket.
All right, number 4, CR 15-00056H, Carlos Ramirez Arevalo.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is a last activity. This is one of those old cases. Last activity was an arraignment back in 2015. Since then, there's been no activity. Arrest date going back as far as 2014. Mr. Kennedy, have you had any contact with your client?
No, Your Honor. In fact, this is such an old case. We're trying to find the file on it.
Okay, let me go ahead and do what I'm doing to all these old cases. I'm going to reset them for a week so that Mr. Heller can look into them and see how the state wishes to proceed. So I'm going to give it a reset date for next Thursday. That's 4/28. All right, 4/28 at 9:30. And we'll see where we're at that time.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. I'll try to locate my client in the meantime.
Perfect. All right.
Have a good day, Judge. Thank you.
You too.
Judge, what number is that one?
That is number 4.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay. Sylvia, do you have an announcement you're ready to make? All right, you mind going to the back so we can do it on the computer? All right, I'm going to take up Mr. Trevino, who's also here in person.
It's number 60 and 61.
It's number 60 and 61. All right, that is CR 21-04-163H and CR 21-04-162H, Ruzbel Vasquez Vega. You're on mute, by the way, Mr. Trevino.
Present, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Vega.
Good morning.
All right. Mr. Trevino, if you could just unmute yourself back there.
Thank you. I'm unmuted now, Judge. Sorry.
Yes, sir. No problem. Mr. Vega is logged on as well. Your announcement, Mr. Trevino.
Your Honor, we did receive a notification from the DA's office regarding PTD. He's not qualified at this time for PTD as a result of some other criminal activity. I would like some time, Your Honor, to file a motion to suppress as a result of that, and we go from there, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're asking for a motion to suppress date at this time?
Yes, Judge.
All right, I can give you May 19th.
June 19th it is, Judge. I will
No,
file.
May, I'm sorry, May 19th.
Very well.
May 19th, 2022. They're both out of the same transaction.
Yes.
All right.
They are.
And you're seeking a motion to suppress on both of them?
Yes, Judge. One is a result of the other, so I will file a motion to suppress on the stop and any evidence and all evidence that was gathered as a result.
Okay. That kind of gives Mr. Heller an idea as to what you're going to be trying to suppress, which is actually the stop. Okay. Then I'll give you May 19th. That'll be in person. All right, Mr. Vega, you do need to be in person here at the courthouse on May 19th at 9:30, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, please make sure the motions are filed, Mr. Trevino.
Very well. Yes, they will be, Your Honor.
All right,
We'll work on that today. Thank you. May I be excused, Judge?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Morales. Jaime, you're on mute, by the way.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have number 26 on the docket, Bonifacio Lozano.
All right, this is CR 1608-693H, Bonifacio Lozano III.
Your Honor, he's actually not present on the screen, Your Honor. This was a case that we last had a study, I believe, November of last year. He was approved and was supposed to be placed on the PTD program. We've already paid the fees. I spoke to him yesterday. I emailed him the documents so he can have executed and mail back to me. I believe by next Thursday should be sufficient, so we can put him on the program if the court has time.
Sure, we can do next in the afternoon. Is that okay?
I prefer the afternoon. Yes, thank you.
All right, April 28th, 2022 at 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
All right, so number 26, Bonifacio Lozano is reset for April 28th at 2.
Have a
Is
good
that all
night.
you have?
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
All right, Mr. Gorena, who do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have number 51 on your docket.
Number 51 is CR 144693H, Rodolfo Lopez Romero. This is a older case going back to 2014. It's an arrest date of March 22nd, 2014. There has been no activity on this case. Any contact with Mr. Romero, Mr. Gorena?
No, Your Honor, I've tried the phone numbers that I had. I've also sent a letter to the last known address. I did contact his bondsman day before yesterday, and they have not been able to locate him either.
Let me do this. The state's going to be looking at some of these cases a little deeper to especially see how they want to prosecute some of these older cases. We're going to give you till next Thursday. We're going to give the state till next Thursday to look into them. So if it's okay with you, I won't take any action on his appearance here today until the 28th. And once I get an announcement from the state, we'll work accordingly. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, April 28th, 9:30, Mr. Gorena, if you don't mind logging back on, and we'll see what the state has as far as that's concerned. This is number 51, Mr. Heller.
Got it, Judge.
Got it. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, let me go back to Mr. Ramos because I had called Mr. Ramos's case. I know that I don't want to keep you waiting and have you go to the back of the line when you and Mr. Toll were previously called.
Thank you, Judge. Well, I'll proceed with the court's admonishment, Your Honor. I discussed it with him.
Okay, so let me just look at it, find it. It's number 56, Mr. Toll. Today, the court is not going to take any action, as you may have heard earlier. It's your first verbal admonishment. I give everybody at least one verbal admonishment before taking any type of action. Again, please understand that any missed test, I view them as positive tests because I cannot look at them any other way. In fact, in this situation, you had one positive test. So for that situation and for that, given that situation, you know, we're just going to take it as a verbal admonishment here today. You understand the consequences of what a verbal admonishment means and you not being able to have waiver of fines and court costs. That being said, I think Mr. Ramos is going to probably be seeking to try to take care of your case. I would suggest and encourage you to stay in contact with Mr. Ramos. And I will now take an announcement from Mr. Ramos as to the case.
That is correct, Your Honor. We're waiting on a PTD application, Judge. So we're just waiting on a little bit more information to submit that.
Okay.
He is eligible.
Let me go ahead and give you May the 19th, 2022 at 9:30, May 19th. That's a little over a month or a little under a month away, and we'll see where we're at May 19th. And we'll also be checking that that mobile device. So make sure that we don't have any more violations, Mr. Toll.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right,
you,
you're excused.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right, let's go to Mr. Reyes.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Judge, I have 42 and 43 on the court's docket this morning. Jesus Santiago Rivera.
This is a note here that defendant was removed from AIP, I suspect successfully. Is Mr. Rivera present? Jesus Santiago Rivera? You're on mute. Please unmute yourself. Jesus Santiago Rivera.
Logged in, Judge.
I'm sorry?
He should be logged in, Judge. I did speak with him yesterday and reminded him of the court setting this morning.
Okay. What was going to be your announcement, Mr. Reyes? Because I could probably grant you a motion.
An assault case that, and speaking of my client, I was under the impression that the victim was going to file an affidavit of non-prosecution in this case. It hasn't happened yet, and I know the case has gone on some time. He had a pending felony that he's now on deferred adjudication for. This case, Judge, just to not just leave it lingering, Your Honor, I would ask the court to set these matters for jury trials. And if we can work it out, or if that victim does end up dropping charges, then clearly they'll prefer that. But I think we should put it for jury trials at this time, Your Honor.
All right, let me go ahead and give you August the 4th. That's August 4th, 2022 at 1:30 for docket call. August the 8th, 2022, also at 1:30 for trial on both of these cases. So August 4th, August 8th. Now I will grant you a motion for continuance at this time so that a warrant will not be taken. And we'll see you on those dates for trial.
That concludes my business this morning, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Villanueva, are you ready to have your case called? Rebecca?
Good morning, Judge. I have 12, 13, and 14.
All right, 12, 13, and 14. That's CR 2113 855H, CR 2112 518H, CR 2111 041H, Jorge Alberto Garcia. I have a note here that this is a bond modification for Mr. Garcia, but there are no violations, which is great news. And is Mr. Garcia present? I do see him there, I think, Jorge Garcia. All right, your announcement, Ms. Villanueva.
Judge, requesting more time. I don't know if this is the one where he did he have violations or not on the?
No violations is what I'm showing.
Okay. Just requesting more time, Judge, at this point.
All right, can I give you May 19th?
Yes.
All right, May 19th, Mr. Garcia, as I've mentioned this morning, no violations means that you're still eligible for a waiver of fines and court costs upon final disposition of your case if it results in any fines or court costs being assessed against you. But that only applies if I don't have any violations and there's no verbal admonishment. So far you're good and you are eligible. So please take that into account and into consideration, okay? I don't know if you can hear me, but I see him there.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
I have number 52. I don't know if he's present. I don't see him on the screen.
Number 52 is Roberto Angel Ruiz. Is Mr. Roberto Angel Ruiz present? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Roberto Angel Ruiz. All right. There's no response to that name, Mr. Villanueva. Have you had any contact with him?
Judge, I texted him yesterday the link and he did respond that he knew he was going to be present, but I don't know why he's just not present today.
All right, let me go ahead and grant you a motion for continuance since you did have contact with him. I'll give you a short reset for next week. Let's go ahead and do April 28th. He will need to be present on April 28th at 9:30, or a warrant at that time will be issued for his arrest, okay?
Yes, Judge.
All right.
And I have number 62.
62 CR 22-00538H, Juan Jose Vera. I think I did see Mr. Vera. There he is. He's raising his hand. I see him. Your announcement, Ms. Villanueva.
Requesting more time, Judge.
All right. How much time? Can I give you the May 19th?
Yes, Judge.
All right, May 19th at 9:30. Mr. Vera, stay in contact with Ms. Villanueva. We'll see you on May 19th at 9:30. That will still be via Zoom. So up until June, we will make the transition into in-person. But until then, May settings will still be via Zoom. So stay in contact with her and we'll see you on May 19th at 9:30 via Zoom. Otherwise,
thank you, Judge. That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Villanueva, Mr. Vera, you are both excused. Mr. Garcia as well. Garcia, Jorge Garcia, you're also excused. All right, Ms. Cantu.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I have number 47 on your criminal docket.
Number 47, CR 19-04-976H, Hector Rodriguez. This is a ADR status.
That's correct. We had submitted the paperwork some time ago. I don't know. And then the case kind of fell off the docket. I'm not sure where the state's at. I never received a response.
Okay, do we
And
have
he should be online.
Hector Rodriguez?
Sí, aquí estoy.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes, I'm here.
Yuri, is this a case where you want me to set it up for next week to see what the status is?
Judge, give me, what was the call? Which number was it?
47.
So I've got 100 things going on today. Yes, Judge, let's set it for next week and then I can get a call or I can speak to Ms. Cantu later this afternoon. See what's going on.
All right, so April 28th, Judith, what we're trying to do at this point is trying to get an assessment about these older cases and cases that have had no activity. We'll see you next Thursday, and hopefully we'll have a better idea from the state as to how they want to proceed or what's pending.
But this one's a 2019 case.
Yeah, but
Correct.
there's been an ADR that's been pending since then. So,
Oh, gotcha.
you know, we need to see what's the story on the ADR pending.
Gotcha.
Very well. Thank you, Judge. That's all we have. May we be excused?
Your excuse, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Perez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, good. I have
This
several
is
cases.
Juan Miguel Aguilar.
Juan Miguel Aguilar. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's CR 2107-277H, CR 2202-277H. Is that the same case? Yeah, it is the same case. No, it's not.
No, there's two different cases. There's a 21 case and a 22 case, Judge.
Sorry, there's too many
I
sevens. Too many twos.
I was confused yesterday as well.
Okay, is Juan Miguel Aguilar present?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Aguilar, good morning. So we have a case here. We have to arraign him on a new case. Is that correct, Ms. Pettis?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Right. Mr. Aguilar, can I have you please raise your right hand?
Español, sir, por favor.
You know what? Carlos is handling one matter here in court. Ms. Pettis, can you kind of give me some time just so I can have him? Carlos can take care of it. Give me 1 second.
No problem, Judge.
Interpreting. Give me 1 second, Ms. Pettis.
On Aguilar?
Yes, on Aguilar, number 1 and 2. Actually, it's an arraignment on number 2.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Aguilar, can I have you please raise your right hand?
Señor Aguilar, levante su mano derecha.
¿Mande?
Levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Juro que el testimonio que va a haber esta mañana va a ser la verdad y solamente la verdad, señor.
Yes, sir. Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Is your true and correct name Juan Miguel Aguilar?
Su nombre correcto y verdadero, Juan Miguel Aguilar.
Juan Miguel Aguilar Hernández.
Juan Miguel Aguilar Hernández.
All right, what is your father's last name, sir?
¿Qué es el apellido de tu papá?
No tengo el apellido de mi papá, nomás tengo el de mi mamá.
I don't have my
Aguilar.
father's last name, just my mom's last name, Aguilar.
Okay, so is Aguilar your mother's last name?
So, Aguilar es el apellido de tu mamá?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Aguilar, you're here before the court charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated. That is a Class B misdemeanor. I need to advise you that a Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in the Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment you could receive for a Class B misdemeanor?
Señor Aguilar, usted se encuentra aquí ante la corte porque eres acusado de una ofensa de manejar intoxicado que se considera un delito menor clase B. Tengo que avisarte que con esta ofensa lo máximo de castigo que usted puede recibir es hasta 6 meses de cárcel desbondado, una multa de $2,000 o las dos cosas de acción contra culpable. ¿Si entiendes lo máximo de castigo que puede recibir?
Sí, sir.
Yes.
Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
¿Alguna corte alguna vez te ha declarado mentalmente incompetente o que diga que está loco?
No.
No.
Counsel, speaking with your client, do you find him to be mentally competent, able to assist?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court's going to go ahead and make a finding that Juan Miguel Aguilar is mentally competent. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for him. I assume that you're asking for some additional time on this case, Ms. Pettis?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me go ahead and give you May 19th on both of his cases. May 19th, that's 5/19/2022 at 9:30 for both cases, 5/19/2022, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
Carlos, will you let him know that the reset date is 5/19 at 9:30, please?
Señor Aguilar, su caso se va a poner una nueva audiencia para el 19 de mayo a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Now, Ms. Pettis, does your client have the mobile device?
Let me check on this one.
This is the
I'm
second
not sure
WRA.
if he's got the mobile device. I don't have any documentation of it.
Let me do this. Let me put Mr. Aguilar, let me put yourself and Ms. Rodriguez in a breakout room so y'all can discuss that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. And just for the record, I have a few other cases on your docket.
Okay, then let me just go ahead and put Ms. Rodriguez and Mr. Aguilar in the breakout room, if that's okay with you.
Thank you, Judge. Yes.
Yeah, he'll have until Wednesday to get that device.
Thank you.
Señor Aguilar, ahorita se le va a mandar una invitación. Acepte esa invitación para que entre a la otra sala y va a hablar con la oficial Rodríguez.
Ok, sir.
Ante el aparato móvil que tiene que obtener y va a tener hasta el próximo miércoles para obtener ese aparato.
Ok.
All right, please accept that invitation, Mr. Aguilar. Right now, you can hit your screen and go into the breakout.
Acepte esa invitación que le mandé en su pantalla para que entre a la otra sala.
All right, he's in the other breakout room. Ms. Bettis, your next case.
Yes, Judge. I have State of Texas versus Gavin Esteban Aguirre, Judge.
All right, that's CR 2110-986H, Gavin Esteban Aguirre. This is a bond modification. Let me see here. Intoxiloc report for January to February, 18 missed test, and has not received a previous verbal. And we're waiting on the new report. But I guess I can have you visit with him if you'd like, if he's present, or I could just go ahead and give him a verbal admonishment and take it from there. However you'd like. I can put you
Your
in a
Honor,
breakout
a verbal admonishment would be fine, Judge. This is actually a case where we received a rec from the state, had received an acceptance from my client at some point, but now he wants some time to think about it. I thought I was going to be announcing a plea on this case today, but I think I need to confer with him again. But I believe the verbal admonishment would be fine. And then I'm going to make time to speak with him anyway on the whole matter.
Perfect. Let me go ahead and have Mr. Gavin Esteban Aguirre identify himself. I have someone identified as Gavin.
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you Mr. Gavin Esteban Aguirre?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Aguirre, based on the report that we received on your mobile device, I'm showing 18 missed tests. As I've been telling everyone this morning, missed tests for me are identified as positive tests because I have no other way of identifying those. So I give everyone at least a verbal admonishment, which I'd like to give you at this time. A verbal admonishment is simply an admonishment that A, we've identified these violations, B, that by identifying these violations and giving you this verbal admonishment, unfortunately, you're not eligible for waiver of fines and court costs upon final disposition of your case. But at this time, I am not going to take any action other than to make you aware that we are giving you these verbal admonishments. I know Ms. Pettis is will most likely be asking for some additional time. I'm going to be looking out. If we have to give you any other admonishments for any missed tests, late tests, or positive tests, it would include the possibility of weekend confinement in jail or AIP, the Alternative to Incarceration Program, or some sort of, monetary donation to a charitable organization, things of that sort, okay? But if today, nothing's going to happen other than this verbal admonishment will be documented, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Ms. Pettis, I'm assuming you're asking for some additional time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me go ahead and give you May 19th if that day is okay. It models and shadows the other cases that you have.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, May 19th, Mr. Aguirre, stay in contact with Ms. Pettis. We'll see you on May 19th at 9:30. We will still be doing Zoom until the end of May.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Bettis, do you have anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. I have State of Texas versus Aldo Ulysses Cantu.
That is CR 2200-278H, Aldo Ulysses Cantu.
Yes, Your Honor. On this case, he has a pending felony. I was just notified about that pending felony. Carlos Carvan is representing him on that one. I am not. And so we are asking for a reset on this case as well.
All right. Can I give you the same date, May 19th?
Yes, Judge.
All right, May 19th, 2022, 9:30.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I actually don't have any pending felony, Judge.
That was represented to me by the state.
That's what I saw. Give me 1 second. Let me
Give us 1 second. Aldo Cantu, cause number CR 2200-278.
evading arrest in 2019.
I actually had a deferred adjudication for that, and that was 2019. Correct.
It still says indicted on our system.
No, it shows, Yuri, ours is a dismissal. There was a dismissal of that.
It's still, wow, that's strange. It still looks active on my end.
It was signed. It looks like that's Judge Noe Gonzalez's signature. It's a judgment of dismissal. The cause number is CR 4640 19G.
That is so strange. It doesn't show it's dismissed on my end.
All right, it's been dismissed. Where does that put us, Ms. Bettis? Same thing, May 19th?
Yes, Judge, same thing, May 19th, and I just need to request a recommendation from the state then.
All right, Yuri.
It looks like somebody forgot to update Odyssey to close out the case.
Okay, well, I guess work off the assumption that it's been dismissed.
Yes, no, I see the dismissal. Yeah, that's fine.
And then just visit with Ms. Bettis, and the reset date is May 19th.
Right, will do.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have before this honorable court. May I be excused?
you and Mr. Cantu are excused. Mr. Cantu, stay in contact with Ms. Bettis. We'll see you May 19th via Zoom, okay?
Thank you.
Judge.
Thank you. Any other attorney ready to make an announcement? Give me a reaction button. Mr. Flores, number 19.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, CR 19-06-643H, Roberto Gonzalez.
Yeah, but I do believe he's logged on, Judge.
I do see him there. Mr. Gonzalez, good morning.
Judge,
Your announcement,
we're
Mr.
just,
Flores.
we're just asking for a trial date.
All right, trial docket call, trial on the merits. We're gonna have to go past summer, if that's okay. Let's do September 1st at 1:30 for a docket call. September the 6th at 1:30. And Mr. Flores, you might be one of our first trials in the new courthouse, so.
I have
know
no
that
problem with
distinction.
Judge. I
All
have
right,
no
so-
problem just being back. I look forward to it.
All right, September 1st, September 6th. Mr. Gonzalez, stay in contact with Mr. Flores. We'll see you on that date. That'll be at 1:30 in the new courthouse.
Fantastic, Judge. That concludes our business, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Both of y'all are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day and be safe.
Likewise. Mr. Palacios, who do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have number 38 on your docket, Cecilia Ramirez.
CR 21-009-81H, Cecilia Ramirez.
That's an interference with the public duties of an officer, Judge. She took a UA on the 21st of April. We're just hoping that we get an ADR on this or a PTD, Judge.
And is she here? Cecilia Ramirez. I see a Cecilia Valadez, but I don't know if that's her. Have you had any contact with her?
Judge, we have, she just took a UA not too long ago, Judge.
Let me go ahead and grant you a motion for continuance. Your first motion for continuance is granted. Make contact with her. Let me go ahead and give you a 2-week reset. Let me give you May 5th, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Judge.
May 5th, 2022, 9:30. She will need to be present at that time. Please let her know that to log on. Still be via Zoom on May 5th at 9:30, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Palacios, her UA on 3/31 was negative.
Good.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you May 5th at 9:30, Mr. Palacios.
Thank you, Judge. I have
Thank
number
you.
30 also on your docket, Francisco Mejia.
All right, number 30. CR 1604-391H, State of Texas versus Francisco Manuel Mejia. This is a motion to suppress. My notes show that back on March the 5th, order denying motion to suppress was signed. This was right before the pandemic and all the things, the world stopped rotating around its axis. Motion to suppress was denied. And I guess we're just kind of circling back. This is a 2015 case. What I'm doing with these older cases is I'm having Mr. Heller confer with his kind of supervisors to see how they want to treat some of these old cases. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to give it a 1-week reset so that he can look into it and we can see what we're doing with these older cases and how we're going to be disposing of them.
That'd be perfect, Judge. He's in Alaska, he's working in Alaska, so he couldn't get reception over there. So his wife called to let us know that.
Okay. Well, we might, this is a DWI, so it obviously takes a little bit more. They got to really look into it, as you can understand. But we'll see where we're at April 28th at 9:30. We'll reconvene. Obviously, we know we have a motion to suppress that was denied back on March the 5th. I think it was one of the last in-person suppression hearings that we probably had. And then we'll go from there.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
You have a good day, Judge. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Good, Judge.
All right. Ms. Holmes, what do you have?
Your Honor, I have number 21 on your docket, Reynaldo Hernandez, CR 22-00487H.
All right. I have some admonishments here that I think I need to give. We have 27 missed tests in one report. No admonishments have been given. And apparently the defendant has not reported with AIP. Is Reynaldo Hernandez present? Reynaldo Hernandez?
I saw him.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Ms. Holmes, this is one of those cases where he hasn't reported to AIP. I assume as ordered. Well, I know it was ordered, but he hasn't reported and he has 27 missed tests. There's still no verbal admonishment, but I don't know if you want to visit with him before I possibly give him that verbal admonishment in a breakout room.
Well, Judge, I haven't received the discovery on this case. I did receive plea papers, but the discovery wasn't forwarded. I think at the last hearing, they may have said that they sent it, but it may have been sent to the wrong address. The issue I have at this point is I'm going to be withdrawing from all my pending cases because I'm now residing in Austin. So once, we're not doing virtual anymore, I'm not going to be going back and forth. I'm going to be here for a couple of years. So as far as the admonishments, the only thing I can tell you is that the last hearing, he was incarcerated on a warrant out of Cameron County. He did post bond. It was on the same case he's on probation over there for. I think he's residing over there. And so I don't think there's any way to do the testing with AIP.
Okay. So obviously AIP then is not going to work because he's not eligible or able because he's residing in Cameron County.
Correct. And we did bring this up at the last, at the first hearing when he was released. But he was supposed to be reporting over in Cameron County. I believe he's got 5 years probation or deferred over there.
Victoria, do we have any information about that? I'm sure, is there any way we can do that?
Judge, I was just going to say that at the last hearing, he had reported that he was living back here in Hidalgo County. That's why he was instructed to contact AIP.
And I don't know how he could have been because I thought he had a warrant and they had taken him to jail for the day and then his significant other posted him out.
Okay. Do you think that this is a case, Ms. Holmes, based on what you know, that you could probably take care of before the beginning of June?
Judge, I was hoping for it, but like I said, I haven't received the discovery and My client is saying that he wasn't in the vehicle that they're saying he was driving, that they didn't even arrest him. They arrested him at his home, so probably not if he's wanting a trial.
All right.
So his discovery was sent to you on 2/24 is what Odyssey shows.
That's what you said at the last hearing, but I looked in all of my discovery, and the only thing I've got is letters to the jail, letters from the jail, and the plea papers from you and one of your partners, but no discovery was ever received. So it may have been sent to an RGB, real old email.
GeneHolmes401@gmail.com.
Correct. And I did receive your plea papers that you sent the day of the last hearing, but no discovery.
I check your inbox.
Okay. And so, Judge, at this point, I mean, if we could reset it for a week and I get the discovery, I can let them know.
Sure.
I just sent
what's
it to her.
in it.
I just sent it to her.
Okay, let me go ahead and reset this for next Thursday, if that's okay.
And then if I can't take care of it, well, then I'll go ahead and file the motion if I need to. So the process can be started to appoint him another attorney.
All right. Let's reconvene on April 28th at 9:30. I'm going to carry over until then the admonishment, so you can visit with him as well about that.
Yes, sure.
I'm not going to take any action on the admonishments. So Jackie, please remind me that on April 28th, we may have to take up the issue of the admonishments, okay? All right.
Okay.
Perfect. Mr.
Thank you.
Hernandez, stay in contact with Ms. Holmes. We'll see you next Thursday at 9:30, okay? All right. Is that it, Ms. Holmes? Do you have any other matters?
No, Your Honor, that was it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Am I excused?
Yes, Mr. Solis,
you.
let me go ahead and take you. You're here in person.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. What do you have?
I have number 34 of your docket, Mario Murillo, Judge.
All right, number 34, CR 1805085H, Mario Arevalo Murillo. This is a transfer from CC5.
Yes, Judge, we were just notified about this. I just need to, I'm asking for 30 days, Judge. We were discussing this case with Court 5. I'm not really aware why the transfer was made, so I just need a little bit of time, Judge, and that way I can also speak with Mr. Heller regarding what has been done in this case, because it has been ongoing for a few years already.
All right, May 19th, 9:30, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Murillo is logged on. Mr. Murillo, stay in contact with Mr. Solis, please. We'll see you May 19th at 9:30, still via Zoom on that day, okay?
Judge, he's ready for placement on drug court.
Oh, it's a drug court placement?
The mandatory orientation, he's scheduled for mandatory orientation. Well, that was as of 3/22.
Yeah, no. All right. Yeah, let's go back. Let's recircle again on May 19th, Mr. Solis, and let's look into it.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yes, Judge.
Okay, perfect.
Judge, I'm also on number 53, Miss Alexa Salinas.
All right, 53, Alexa Salinas, CR 2200073H. Alexa Salinas, I think is present.
Yes,
Yes. All right, your announcement, Mr. Solis.
Judge, on this case, I filed a motion to suppress, and we're asking for a motion to suppress setting, Judge.
All right, motion to suppress, I can give you May 12th, if that day works.
Actually, Judge, that day I'm gonna be out of the country. If we can do it maybe a couple of days before or after at the court's convenience, Judge.
How about the 19th?
That'll be perfect. Thank you, Judge.
May 19th, 2022, 9:30. In person.
Thank you, Judge. And lastly, I have number 59, Miss Celia Valadez.
Okay, real quick, before I let you go, Ms. Salinas, please know that May 19th, you will need to be here at the courthouse in person, okay?
Yes, sir.
Perfect, thank you. We'll see you at 9:30, May 19th.
May I be excused?
You're excused, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Celia Valadez, you said, Mr. Solis?
Yes, Judge, number 59 of your docket.
All right, I have a note here that says this is a bond modification and ask Victoria about Ms. Valadez.
Yes, Judge, for her March 14th through April 14th report with Smart Start, she does have 16 skip tests and 2 BAC violations. It's a 0.04 on March 27th at 5:02 PM and a .04 on April 14th at 7:53 AM.
Okay, no prior admonishments?
No.
Mr. Solis, is this a case where you'd like to visit with her before I give her a verbal admonishment? Or is this?
I was informed of the violations, and her and I have spoken, Judge, regarding her violations and what she should expect if those don't stop, Judge. So she's been admonished by myself, Judge.
Okay, all right. So then, Ms. Valadez, what I'm gonna do is, obviously, I hope you've been hearing all the other verbal admonishments.
Yes.
I don't think I need to go into it again with you, but you know exactly what the verbal admonishments are, what it means, the ramifications of it with respect to your fines and court costs. I won't go into that anymore. I will just ask Mr. Solis, I suspect you're asking for some additional time?
Yes, Judge, as we are attempting to place her in some sort of diversionary program, Judge.
All right, let me go ahead and give you May 19th. Ms. Valadez, we will continue to monitor those devices and make sure that there are no violations. Please make sure that there are no. We're going to jot down a verbal admonishment here today on our system. We'll see you on May 19th at 9:30. Please stay in contact with Mr. Solis, okay?
I have a question.
Celia, we're talking a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. May we be?
Yeah, visit with Mr. Solis, okay? Ms. Valadez, sometimes lawyers want to make sure that you say the right things before bad things happen, okay? So then just talk to him and he'll then confer with you. And then if there's something that needs to be brought before me so that I can consider, I don't have a problem doing that.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, thank you.
Excuse, Judge.
Both of y'all are excused.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Gonzalez.
Morning, Judge. I'm sorry, let me mute my other Zoom. I'm hiding in the attorney lounge over here. I've got number 9, Judge, on your criminal docket.
All right, CR 22-00356H, Adriana de la Garza. I'm showing no violations for Adriana's bond modification.
That's correct, Judge. We were requesting that the device be removed. This is one that was discretionary. My understanding is she's had no violations and has done quite well. I did receive a recommendation from Mr. Heller this morning advising that she's PTD eligible. So we'll get moving on that application just as soon as possible.
She is aware that if I remove the device and she gets granted for PTD, she's gonna have to pay to have it put back on, right? If she keeps it on and there is no violations, and then she basically has, in other words, at this point, I think, and this is just me, I don't have a problem removing the device, but if we remove the device, then I am going to remove it. She's gonna have to have it put back on, right? And she'll have to pay for that removal and, well, for the installation, really, for the having it reinstalled. If she keeps it on and we can speed up the process and get her that PTD ASAP, then no violations means waiver of fines and court costs. And so, I mean, it's a
on the PTD, she's on the PTD. Are they paying fines and court costs? I know they have the $500 PTD fee. Is there additional fines and court costs?
There's a court cost.
Okay, Judge, if you'll send me to a breakout room, let me chat her up real quick and explain to her the cost benefit analysis here and see what she wants to do.
Well, Judge, and additionally, this was a 2-vehicle accident.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, then we're not taking it off regardless. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine, Judge. Then let me get moving on the PTD application. I think that's the only thing that's going to save her some money in the long run here.
Correct. I can give you any day. I mean, it's really a function of how fast you think you can push it and get a response. I mean, really, if it's an accident, it's going to involve restitution and all those kind of good questions that the state's going to be making.
Yeah, and if restitution is owed, the PTD won't even be accepted until the restitution is paid.
Correct.
Right, that's what I was going to. Mr. Heller, can you tell me, is this a off the top of your head, Class B or A?
This is a Class B.
Class B.
Okay, so she would be eligible for deferred?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
technically
maybe-
they could extrapolate all the way up to above 0.15, but yeah, we'll keep it at Class B.
Okay, because if that's the case, then Judge, I think I might push for her to get a deferred, and then we can move that a lot faster.
Yeah. You just tell me how much time you need.
Perfect. Can we do 30 days max, Judge? I think we can get it resolved by then.
May 17th,
5/17. 9 a.m., Judge?
9:30.
9:30.
You know what? If we're gonna take care of it that way, through a deferred, can we do 2? And if it doesn't work out, just make the announcement at 2. Right, so May 17th at 2.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
That's all I have this morning. Judge, may I be excused?
Ms. Garza, stay in contact with Ms. Gonzalez. I know a lot happened today, and she probably needs to fill you in on all that. So visit with her. We'll see you May 17th at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
All right, no problem. All right, let me see, Mr. Peña.
Yes, Your Honor, for Manuel Morales.
Manuel Morales. 32 and 33.
I believe me and Mr. Heller have come to an agreement, and we will be just needing a date for the plea out.
Okay, I can give you any Tuesday or any Thursday, depending on how much time you think you need. It'll be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, by the way.
Can I check real quick?
Sure. Yeah, that way you can give me a date that works for you.
Okay. Would May 26th work at 2 o'clock?
Give me 1 second, let me make sure. May 26th.
And Mr. Peña, just let me know if your client has a high school diploma or not.
No, I'm sorry.
I believe he does.
That day does not work. Can we do the 24th?
Can we do the 24th? Yes.
All right, May 24th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
May 24th at 2 o'clock.
He does have a high school diploma, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, May 24th, 2 o'clock, Mr. Morales. We'll see you then.
Maybe may I be excused?
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, do I have anyone else that is ready to make an announcement? Or do you need to make an announcement on a case? You good?
Judge,
Yes, sir.
I should have 2 or 3 officers there for the suppressions.
Yes, I do. Let me see. Carlos, who do we have here?
We got 2 officers from La Jolla and a ranger on Dennis's. They're outside.
So a ranger from Dennis's and 2 from La Jolla.
Or Mr. Ortegon's case.
So we have 2 suppressions, Ortegon and Ramirez.
We're announcing ready.
All right, perfect. Carlos was here. I haven't seen Dennis, so.
Dennis had called, he was on his way.
Okay. Let me take up Robert so that you can then head this way, Mr. Heller.
Thank you.
Robert, can you hear me?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. This is number 28, CR 22003, 49H, Oscar Isaiah Mares.
Yes, Judge. We're asking for more time.
All right, Mr. Mares is present here in the courtroom. Robert, so you're just asking for some additional time?
Yes, Judge.
Can I give you May 19th?
Sounds good, Judge.
All right, Robert, your attorney made an announcement to the court that, or the court staff, that you were going to be withdrawing. Is that correct?
Who made that announcement?
Mr. Mares?
Yeah, Judge, if there's an issue then, I have no problem with him, checking with indigent defense to see if he qualifies for a court-appointed attorney.
That's something you want to do though? I mean, I can have him go to the back and we can put you on a computer breakout room with him so that you all can talk about it before making that announcement. I just don't want you to, I don't know. I didn't speak to him personally. He spoke with the staff. The staff is just
Yeah,
relaying.
we could speak really brief. I mean, I'm sure it'll be really brief, Judge. Sure. I don't
Yeah.
mind doing that.
Okay, I'm gonna take him to the back and let me put you, Robert, and my camera in the back into a breakout room. That way y'all can visit in private.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Uh-huh. All right, Robert, you can accept the invitation. Carlos is gonna get him in there.
Just because I was texting with Rudy on number 54.
1 second. Okay. Yuri, I'm also gonna put number 54 as a reset for next Thursday, the 28th.
1 second.
Give me 1 second.
Sierra 19, 15, 349. Come in. Yeah. Oh, that was you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sorry, Robert, we're back with you.
Yes, Judge. I would move to withdraw at this time.
Okay, what number was it again?
Judge, it was Oscar Isaiah Mates. I don't.
Mates. Oscar Isaiah Mates. Yes, number 28. Okay, so you're asking to withdraw.
Yes, Judge, and I believe he's going to apply for indigent defense for court-appointed counsel.
Okay. Let me go ahead and I'll grant your request to withdraw. Your withdrawal is granted. That takes care of you, Mr. Fernandez.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, Judge. Nothing further. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
You have a good day, Judge.
Carlos, I'm going to have Mr. Oscar Mates visit with George about being a court-appointed attorney for him.
Okay, Judge. Yeah, sure.
So let's appoint George Munoz on number 28. We'll do the withdrawal for Robert Fernandez. And, yeah, no.
Judge, if he's already been arraigned, I would ask the court for just one setting so that I can get the rec from Mr.
Yeah, I gave him May 19th at 9:30 already.
May 19th. I'll give him my card, Judge, and have him go by my office. Thank you, Judge.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I do also have some other cases, Judge. I have Pablo Lopez. He's present at my office, Judge. We're asking the court for another setting in his case, Judge.
1 second. Pablo Lopez, CR 2110-256.
That's correct, Judge, and I would ask Mr. Eller for a recommendation. I don't believe I have one on file.
Let me give you the same day, May 19th.
Which number is that?
That's number 22. So number 22, Pablo Lopez, May 19th, 9:30, George?
Yes, Judge.
George,
And I
can
also have number 10 on the court docket, Hector de Leon. He's also present on Zoom.
All right, I'm showing no violations on this one, which is great news. He's still eligible.
Yes,
We're
Judge.
all,
I'm asking for one additional setting on this case as well, Judge.
All right, May 19th as well.
May 19th, perfect. And I have number 11 on the court docket, Raul Flores Jr. He's also present on the Zoom, Judge.
Yes, Raul Flores Jr. is present. Your announcement on that one.
Judge, I'm asking the court for another setting. I do need a recommendation on this case, Judge.
May 19th at 9:30.
Perfect. That's all I have this morning, Judge. May my clients be excused? May I be excused?
Yes, Yuri, send recommendations on all these cases.
1 second, Jorge. On Pablo Lopez, we have an AMP on file.
You do? Okay, so
So just email me. Well, let's just set it for dismissal so we can get the victim here to testify.
okay,
Okay,
that'll work.
so then we got Hector De Leon, Raul Flores, Pablo Lopez. Announcement on all three. Reset May 19th. Whatever needs to, whichever cases need to have recommendations sent over, Yuri, send them over. We'll take care of it.
Email me on the other ones, please.
I will. Okay, thank you, Judge. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. All of y'all are excused. I'm gonna go Hector De Leon, you're excused. Raul Flores, you're excused. Okay. Lucy, are you available?
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize. I was just leaving the courthouse, but I can get to a stopping point, Judge.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think we need to staff your case.
Okay, Your Honor. It'll take me 2 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Let me know when you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, Judge.
Okay, Lucy, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Heller, okay? So give me
Yes,
1 second. Let me see about this. How am I gonna do this? Give me 1 second. Regalado, room 4. Yuri, I'm gonna move you. Room 4. And I will meet you guys there.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
I'm waiting. Anyone?
It didn't alert me, Judge.
Oh, how about there?
No.
No,
Got you. We were all like, dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's make a quick announcement, Yuri, on number 45. Number 45 is CR 19-01-673H, Clarissa Rodarte. This is last activity was back on January 15th of 2020. And I have a note here, was affidavit of non-prosecution filed by the victim. Give this
Checking. I don't see that an A&P was ever filed. We tried contacting the victim back in 2019 with no success.
You want me to give you this another date, the 28th, next Thursday?
Let me put this one in the list of cases to check out.
Yes, so reset next Thursday, April 28th, 9:30.
01673. 01673.
Okay, that takes care of our docket with the exception of the motions to suppress. Yuri, you want to head this way? Victoria, we can log off, and in case something turns out that we need you for a plea of some sort, we'll call you, we'll let you know. Otherwise, that way you can get back with your day.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks.
Well,
Yuri,
this-
this way.